Now, where I would have you start is if you can tell me about your very first remembrances of Lyons. Can you remember your first visit here, your first trip here?
Well, I probably came as a baby, because this is where the family all were, right here in the homestead on Butternut Street. And that's where my father grew up until he married and then had his own family. But I used to spend summers up on the hill here with my grandparents and stay overnight and spend a week with them in that great big house. Do you know the one I mean?
Up
on Butternut Street?
Which one is that?
The red brick house. It was red brick. It's now yellow.
Okay, I'm not certain. I'm not certain which one. I'm sure that Mark knows exactly
No,
what one we're talking about. Tell me about that house when you were young, up inside. How was it decorated? How was it laid out?
Oh, it was very Victorian. It was very dark and gloomy, but it was fun and scary as a child. And of course, it had gas lights. And to go up the back stairs at night and have someone light the gas light at the top of the stairs for this long hall. If you can't visualize the house, I'm sorry, but it ran from north and south, and it was very long and dark, and this little gas light flickering, so that we used to scare each other, chase each other and scare each other and run around and have a lot of fun. It was great fun.
Do you remember going to parties, to dinners at that house?
Oh, yes, and Christmas, and we'd come down the beautiful front stairs, which was a curving stairway, but they've taken that out. It became a nursing home at one point, and they removed that. We'd come down those curving stairways, and here would be the Christmas tree in the front parlor, as they called it in those days. All lighted up, just beautiful, and the marble mantelpiece, well, it was just a picture to behold. I'll never forget it.
Who were some of the people that would have passed through that house over the years?
Oh, mercy. Of course, there was great-grandfather, the founder. And then there were all his children. And he had 7 girls and 3 boys. And each one of the boys, of course, worked in the peppermint business. And then when Uncle Lyman Hotchkiss married, they built the house to the north for him, which is at the top of Queen Street Hill. And then Uncle Cal, he married, and he had a house right across from the peppermint office on that little rise that goes up off Water Street. But the girls, when they married, they were all, great-grandfather used to say, "You all come home." So everybody came home and lived there mostly, except Aunt Set, who married a partial, and she lived with her family down on off Jackson Street.